No.
Welcome to Arresting Normality. My name is Aaron, joined as always with Travis from Howie Games and Cody from Stealing Life.
Oh, God, that sounded painful.
We're all still currently alive.
No, we're not. This is hell, and this is where we've been sent.
Oh, yeah?
It's pretty good for hell.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad. I still have World of
Warcraft. Play video
Warcraft.
games and enjoy my life, to an extent.
And guitar.
As much as one can.
Right. Play guitar, record stuff. It's good.
Are you guys bored yet?
I'm already bored.
Kinda.
I'm bored of existing.
What have you guys been doing?
What about working?
I mean, other than that, though, like since we're stuck in the house. So, like, your day off.
My day off? Actually, so me and Jess, because I'm trying to get her more comfortable with everything, we've been just doing like walks and whatnot. So we've been walking outside a lot, and it's interesting to see how many people are just walking. Like
people just got bored, so they're just wandering.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing as long as you're keeping away from everybody. Don't go walking down like the strip or something like that, because there's people there.
Are there people there? I saw pictures.
No, the strip is empty.
Yeah, well, there's no reason for anyone to be there because everything is closed. The only people who are there are security guards who are like, yeah, don't come in here. Continue not coming in here. But it's kind of fun. There is something, I don't know, fun, I guess, about open carry walking. Me and Jess both have our guns on us, and we're just walking around.
Is there something fun about that?
There really is.
I don't see what's fun about that.
This is the 5-year-old mentality coming out. Like,
it really is.
I'm outside with my gun. Look at me.
You kids like, oh, look at that. I'm doing something that you don't necessarily can't do,
Cool, I don't know.
Aaron
not a gun person.
Aaron walks past people with his gun on his hip. He's pointing at it like, yeah, you see it?
That's interesting, though, because
that's
if
stupid.
you feel that way, then that means more people feel that way.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm wondering, all the people that come in and order food and I see a gun on their hip, if they're just like the whole time just... I'm outside with a gun.
There's I don't care what anyone says. There's always a little bit of that, and there's a reason. And then of course there's all the really super serious guys who've been in the military for years and years, and they don't give a shit. Yeah, they don't. And
what about the guy that I see that has a sword on his back all the time?
That guy is just fucking crazy.
Have you seen that guy?
Did he steal a bus when we were in high school?
No.
What?
No, I know that guy, and I just heard something about him. It was
you know that guy?
No. What it was I just heard about him because Minnie knew him, and I think his brother is now a cop, and he went to like prison or something like that for something or other.
Makes sense.
Yeah, dude, fucking crazy shit's been going on though. Like a guy, a cop who comes into our work a fair amount, a guy named Brian Cooper. He's a really cool dude. I've met him several times. Shout out to
you, bro.
really, really cool
he doesn't
guy.
Listen.
No, he definitely doesn't listen. But there was some police footage that was released by our sheriff. And Sheriff Worley, which I had no idea. I only ever saw the last name. I had no idea that it was like a lady in her like late 50s, perhaps. That was the Nye County sheriff.
60.
Yeah, well, probably 60s. Yeah, but I'd never seen her before, so I didn't know.
So she's old. It was the point.
I didn't realize that she was like an advanced age lady, and with like. Very, very large glasses. It was just the appearance kind of threw me off. I wasn't expecting that. Not saying it's a bad thing or anything like that. Just saying, not what I was expecting. Don't know what I was expecting. That wasn't it.
That was not it. Okay,
right.
But what had happened was what was it? I just said Brian. Yeah, Brian Cooper. I spaced it for a second.
That's
there.
Okay. That happens to the best of us. Happens to me daily.
Brian walked up and knocked on the door, and a lady answered the door, and he was trying to talk to some kid. I think his name was Matt, and like ask him about something or other. And
just to interject, he was involved in a robbery with a knife earlier in the day, or at least somebody had pointed him out to be involved with a robbery with a knife earlier in the day. Anyway, continue.
I'm sure that was what was said. I just did not remember that part because the part afterward caught me. Yeah.
Yeah, the after part is the horrendous part. Yeah, that's...
Right, yeah. So, it was not only him, but he's the only one who's at the front door, and then another cop was over on the side of the building, watching to see if someone would bail out the side or something, or out the back.
I have a question. Why, like, if this is a kid, why? That's a good idea that they did that, but like, damn, you think? Imagine if they hadn't, like.
Oh, I know. But I don't know, the situation could have changed a lot. So what had happened was, as he knocked on the door, the mom answered the door, and he, it's like, hey, is Matt here or whatever? And she's like, yeah, just let me put the dogs away. And so she goes back, hangs out for a second, comes back, and mind you, I found out later that one of my employees knew that guy and actually hung out with him a couple of times, and when he was younger, and still kind of knew him, but not really. And he doesn't have dogs, and he's allergic to them.
Oh, wow.
So they definitely didn't have dogs. I guess it's not definitely. They could have had dogs anyway, and he just dealt with it. I know some people do.
Right.
But as soon as she opened that door back up, you see on the police cam footage that right next to her, behind her, the kid is standing there with a shotgun, a pistol grip shotgun right behind. Jesus immediately Christ. Opens fire, shoots right across.
He wasn't right over standing there, though. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
He like rushes up from behind her, dude.
He was moving. Yeah, but his first shot was from behind his mom, right? Across, basically right over her shoulder.
Jesus.
And shoots Brian right in his chest. And of course, cop, he's going to be wearing protection, right?
Right.
So, but he goes down. Brian immediately goes for his gun, and he's being shot with a shotgun. So he wasn't as accurate as he probably could have been. But as soon as that goes down, and this is a matter of seconds, of course, he goes, comes back, of course, because he just got hit, and then the kid like walks up and then shoots him again right in the chest, and then he goes in for like a third shot, again right to the chest, and the other officer is there by that time and takes out the kid.
Wow.
And Brian is not okay, but he's alive.
Yeah.
And which is just awesome. And I'm really glad he's okay.
He's going to have an ouchie on his chest for a while.
And probably a lot of this nonsense too.
Yeah.
Because that's how bullets work, unfortunately.
Dude, I can't even imagine the after effects of like how that would affect you mentally. Like walking up to a door for something that simple and then boom, shotgun,
Yeah. A shotgun, mind you, that he wasn't allowed to own. Kids aren't allowed to buy it. He was 19, and you can't buy a pistol grip shotgun if you're 19. You can only buy it if you're 21.
Can you modify no, because the pistol grip. Well, I mean, you could buy the stuff to modify it, but it'd still be illegal for you to own, right?
Yes, it would. You could. It was probably a Mossberg 500. That's what they usually are, and all you have to do is you pull the stock off and switch it over to a pistol grip. But more than likely, he probably got it from someone, just bought it private party as a pistol grip. It's just because people enjoy that kind of thing. They usually don't get modded too often. Just a horrible situation for everybody involved. Like the mom, poor lady and the cop, and because I watched the video. Yeah, not a good idea. I wouldn't recommend it. Right.
But she was yelling for him to stop the whole fucking time, and it was like, ugh.
Yeah. But I mean, what are you going to do? Your kid has a shotgun in his hand and he's shooting a cop. That's not something that you're ever prepared for, right?
Right. Was there had to be something that set him off to be like that. I don't know. That's weird.
Well, it's not one situation. Usually, you build a lifetime of bad decisions that just get worse and worse and worse.
Well, and a lot of it could be, you don't know how the brain chemistry is affecting it, or there's a lot of things that go into why these people do these awful things. But Sucks.
It does suck. Sucks a lot, especially for the people who get involved in that situation, have to deal with it. And cops get so much hate nowadays. And there's
And shit like this that makes it to where I'm not allowed to be a cop.
Yeah.
Because Jess is scared.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a cop.
There was a time in my life where I wanted to be a cop too.
I still want to be a cop, but Jess won't let me.
I actually did a
definitely
ride
don't.
along because I thought
I'm
I was
a
going
wuss.
to be a cop.
You're a wuss? I
I'm a
don't think
wuss.
it's about being a tough guy.
Well, I'm not saying a tough guy or anything. I just like I don't have the gout, the muster, the
Moxie.
was another bad word for this.
Moxie. Moxie's a good one. I was waiting for another 1930s word to come out of your face. Like,
But,
how else
yeah.
can we describe this in the oldest way possible?
Yeah, no, those guys are incredible. I couldn't do it.
Oh, I don't know if I could do it. I wanted to try. I don't know if I could.
I'd give it a shot, but I don't know if this would happen.
Who fucking knows? The first time anything semi-bad happened, I might break down and curl into a ball.
Wet yourself and like,
Yeah.
you'd
And
have to
I'm-
walk around with one of those what are they called?
The depends.
The pens,
Yeah.
the nighttime ones, like for the extra load.
For the extra load. And I'm sorry, but I think Nye County Police Department deals with some unusual shit. Like
You
those
think?
guys.
Yeah, well,
Holy
that's
shit.
why they get their own section in Live PD.
Yeah.
You know?
Do they really
Yeah.
have their own section?
Oh yeah, they do. In fact, Live PD has one of those things, and they have a YouTube channel, and there's like a best of section, and the top viewed video is Nye County.
Of
Of course it is.
We have some fucking crazy people.
Yes,
The
we
one
do.
that describes Pahrump the best was the guy yelling at the other guy to pay him rent and his pants fell off.
Yep. Yep.
That's
I
it.
saw
That's
that.
Pahrump.
Holy shit. That's amazing. Pahrump is so great.
You know, I always thought when I was in Idaho, like, how the hell do you know about Pahrump? But there's a certain amount of infamy that is arised around this town, and it's not the good stuff.
No,
It's really
No,
nothing
it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Was it going to be the one Walmart we have? Like, well, there's nothing good.
But I mean, we do have Mountain Springs now, which is kind of cool.
Is it?
And we have
Mountain Springs has been there for a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Or
I
is
don't
am
care
I
about
thinking of
it
the wrong
at
place?
all.
It's cool though. You can drive a car
It's
and go
cool.
fast.
Oh,
You can go.
neat.
You don't count. You
I
don't even have a license.
I know. I'm
Piss
not
off.
allowed to drive.
Chris Angel ran around and screamed in the desert for a while. That was fun.
Is Chris Angel still a person?
He's definitely not.
Where did he go? Did the
His
He
his
kaboofed,
contract with whatever place he was with, I can't remember who it was,
The
but
Luxor?
it expired.
Yeah, it was Luxor,
and
yeah.
they're like, no.
They're like,
no.
get out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought he still had his show. Oh.
No, well, if he didn't, if it's still there, his contract is expired, and as soon as the time limit's gone, then he's out.
Oh. Yeah, because I thought they were still doing the Believe or whatever it
Mind
was
freak.
called.
Oh yeah,
I think the show is called Believe.
I think it is.
It took the place of the FX, didn't it? Like the one that was about Houdini.
I hope not. That'd be a travesty.
I liked Chris Angel for like a week.
Yeah, I think we
It's
all
like, that's
did for a
cool.
minute.
And then it's like, okay, it's a little much.
I just like magic. Magic makes me happy.
Just watch Penn and Teller
I
then.
like that. That was like one of the most pure statements you're ever going to hear. Magic makes me happy.
It does. I like people to make me go, ooh.
I like the mystery.
Oh, I love that. Sometimes Travis just says things that's pure joy.
Yeah, it really is.
Like that and in Apex when he gets a headshot. Nothing makes him happier.
That is the epitome of
But you're
life.
right, though. Penn and Teller. Watch Penn and Teller. It's
Penn
way
and
better.
Teller's fantastic.
I
And
still
if-
want to see their goddamn show. I've never seen it.
yeah.
Like live? I would love to see him live.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen once all this nonsense is over. Maybe me, you, and Jess.
I would if we planned
No,
that out,
fuck
I would
you.
go.
No,
you
we're
missed
not
my
planning with
birthday.
you.
No,
I
fuck you.
didn't know
You
when
missed
your
my
birthday
birthday.
was.
Because we're going to plan it for like fucking June and you'll show up in November thinking the show's ready to start.
Right? Yeah. No, it's
It
not
could
gonna
be.
happen. No, I'm not. No. You'll probably find out when we do it, and if you choose to come down and do that with us, I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
we're not planning it around you, though.
Yeah.
No,
not happening.
don't plan anything around. That's a bad idea.
We're going tomorrow.
Okay, that's not going to happen because Penn and Teller would not.
Because the show isn't going right now.
Yeah, nothing is going right now.
They're hiding in somewhere.
Dude, I
In their
want
mansion.
sports.
Sports?
I want sports.
Just
Yeah.
watch
I
reruns and
need
pretend you haven't
something-
seen them.
No.
Tell me about your sports, buddy.
It's just the only thing that's going on is free agency.
Are they doing sports stuff?
Well, like Tom Brady's on the Buccaneers now. That's kind of crazy.
I heard about that. That's weird.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why the Buccaneers?
Why did the... Well, I mean, they had the most money, obviously.
They just pony
I
up?
think anybody
That's
would have
what it
given him
was?
the same.
Really?
I really think anybody would have given him the same amount of money.
Why?
How much was it?
That team
Why
is that I don't even know what the number was.
A lot.
It's got to be like
Mucho monies.
I think the
All
number
of
that
it?
they were throwing out at the beginning was like 30 million.
That's crazy. For just a
So-
sign-on bonus, right?
Oh, that would be his full contract, I think.
Oh, okay. For 2
They're
years
sitting-
or a year?
I think one.
Wow.
They're sitting
I
down with
think.
Tom Brady's agent. They're like, "How much money do you want for this guy?" All of it.
All of the
Can
money?
I think I'll accept probably all of
All
the money.
of the money. And we're willing to go down to all of the money.
Mm-hmm.
So
And if you have
Yeah,
any left over, we want that too.
that team is ready to win, though.
Yeah.
That's
Have
a
they
good
been that
team.
good?
Well, the team hasn't been performing well, but the team is good. But they've been hindered by their quarterback.
Well,
Jameis Winston was a dumpster fire.
there are no quarterbacks like
Thank you.
I also enjoy a good
Thank
dumpster
you.
fire.
Yeah, he threw more interceptions than touchdowns. Like the guy was garbage.
That's wonderful
Garbage.
Why'd they keep him then? Like,
because they had no other
Well,
choice.
he was their like
I mean,
first
but if your
round
whole
pick a
team's
few years
gold.
ago. Well, he was their first round. He's got a lot of talent. The guy's good, but he just makes a lot of questionable decisions.
is
And
he
that's
just
one thing
like
you're
one of
gonna-
those I can't make choices under pressure guys?
Yeah, his decision making is terrible, and that's what you're getting with Brady now. Is you're going to get a guy that you know he's not going to make mistakes.
Right.
He's not going to make the dumb decision. He doesn't have the talent that Jameis Winston has anymore. The arm talent, the strength, any of that. But his decision making is going to be far better than Jameis Winston.
I wonder, because I know one of the big things that they do from the Patriots is they really protect him. They protect the shit out of Tom Brady.
No, this
Even-
team's built to protect him.
Good,
Well, yeah, 'cause he's,
he
like,
doesn't-
old
he's
enough
getting
that if he
kinda up
gets
there, and he probably
hit-
needs to not get hit.
He'd turn into dust.
Yeah, I think he's going to be 43.
Oh god, that's so old.
For football, it's so
That's old,
and people
yeah.
are always like, "Oh, God, that's not old." For football, he's 112. Like,
As far as a human existing, that's not old at all.
Not at
As-
all. No.
But
But for
football,
a sport like that,
he's going to be getting hit by 250-pound fucking 23-year-olds. Like, it's not good.
No.
You know?
Yeah,
But
like,
I think
okay,
he'll be
like-
okay. That team is built to win. Like, they have amazing players.
so what you're saying is put some money on the Buckies.
Well, I would have, but I
Don't you
think
call
once
it
he
Buc-ee's.
actually
nobody liked that. Everybody
once he
was a
actually
wrestling,
signed,
but,
I think
you know.
the odds kind of skewed.
Yeah.
Like if you could have got it before he signed,
Hmm.
I think it would have been worth it. But I think now that he signed, I don't think you can make that much. Because I think people expect them to be good now.
So what we should have done is the three teams that had a viable thing, we should just put a little bit of money on each one of them,
Right.
just in case.
Well, like 2 days before he signed, I heard that it was getting pretty close with the Bucks, and I wanted to put some money on it. I just didn't pull the trigger on it.
should have, could have,
But
would
it's crazy the effect he has though, because like they lost this defensive tackle in Ndamukong Suh, who's one of the best.
Bless you.
It's quite I know it's quite a name, but he's one of the best defensive tackles in the league. Like the guy is a monster.
That's cool.
He left the Bucks, and then Brady signed, and he signed back on. So he signed to a 1-year deal because I think Brady's on a 1-year deal, maybe 2.
Can you say that
But,
name again?
Ndamukong Suh.
Where does the first name end and the second name start?
Okay,
Or
so
is
his
that
last
all
name's
one?
Sue.
Oh,
So it's Ndamukong.
and Dominican?
Ndamukong.
Indominican.
Like Indomitable.
All right, where's that from?
He's a black guy. I don't know where it's from.
I was just, so perhaps African?
Maybe possibly.
Jamaican?
I don't think he's
Right
Jamaican.
near to the
No.
beach.
Possibly.
That's where it's from.
Oh shit, that's funny. Yeah, it's a name.
Sure is.
That's a big name.
It's not the best name though.
Yeah, I don't feel like it is.
There
but
was a Raiders player,
might
one
feel-
of my favorite. I have his jersey. It was
You bought the jersey just for his...
Namdi Asomugha.
I've heard that name.
No.
Yes,
We've sat there
Google
and
him.
said that name.
Now, was that his birth name?
Yeah, Namdi Asomugha.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was a monster for like 3 years.
Was he awesome?
Awesome.
He was. He was awesome. Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, I have his jersey. It doesn't fit me because I was like 15 when I had his jersey, but
Did you just buy that jersey just because of his name, or did you actually like him?
no, he was my favorite player. When he was on the Raiders, he was the best corner in the league. And then he left the Raiders for more money and he fell apart. I don't know what happened. He's
Coaching?
Maybe he, or
Maybe
part
he
of
did
it,
drugs.
people thought that he was like a big fish in a small pond with the Raiders
Yeah.
because like he was the best player obviously on the team, so they just kind of threw away from him. But then when he
So-
goes to another team that has a decent corner on the other side, he's getting thrown at more, so he actually had to defend more than he did with the Raiders. So they're thinking maybe he wasn't as good as he appeared to be on the Raiders, but he was a monster for the Raiders. He was my favorite player.
I never thought of that before, that you could gather enough poise that you would actually deter people from making you work.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like, did I just turn these off?
You might have.
Is Travis
did you-
talking?
I am
okay,
now.
We're good. I hit the button, but I don't think I fully hit it. But there was a guy, Darrell Revis.
Oh, I recognize that name.
Yeah, they used to say all kinds of things about him, like he was Revis Island because nobody would throw to him because you didn't want to throw to him. Because if you did,
Why?
it was going to be either incomplete or he'd pick it off. He was ridiculous. So there was full games where they just wouldn't throw at him. They're like, fuck you. Hey, receiver matched up with him. You're not going to play today because we're not going at that guy. So that's, and that's a good way to beat teams is like, okay, hey, that guy's fantastic. We just won't throw to him.
Yeah.
That's fine. And that's what kind of happened with Namdi too on the Raiders because he was unbelievable, but the rest of the team was kind of garbage. So they would just throw at everybody else.
So
You could shut down someone's receivers too.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
well,
say
that's-
just pick
they're
their
like-
best receiver and send that guy.
That's
at
what
him.
they would do. Revis was always on the number one. Namdi was always on the number one. But I mean, if you've got two decent receivers, you just throw at the other guy.
Yeah.
If you got like the Raiders would always lose because their linebackers were terrible. They still have a linebacker problem. So tight ends would just murder us because that's, who's going across the middle. The linebackers have to deal with that and they're just awful. They fixed that this year though. Corey Littleton. So excited. Best coverage linebacker in the league. We signed him.
Nice.
Yeah.
So all that money we put in that stadium is going to be put to good use, I hope.
Hopefully, if coronavirus goes away, we can play football again sometime.
In 2 years.
Yeah,
I was gonna
hopefully,
say-
Corey Littleton's still playing.
But wait, the NFL doesn't start, and I'm sorry, I'm not a huge football guy, but it doesn't start till like August, right?
Whoa.
Oh no!
I thought it was like way
Travis?
later in the year. Yeah.
Okay, you start that thought over again. You went all robotronic on us.
You went
Oh, did I?
completely Robotronic.
I was
Robot.
I'm really bad at football because I'm not like hugely into it, but like it doesn't start until
He's
like
bad
August,
at
right?
football.
I'm bad at
I
it.
bet you are.
You know what, Aaron? You and your fucking long arms. I was good at it. You just your long arms would reach out like a
This is
fucking
not
tentacle
important,
octopus,
Travis.
man.
Let it go.
Fuck you,
Let
Aaron.
it go.
Anyway.
It starts in September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck you, Aaron.
but who knows what's gonna happen, man? I don't know. But I'm just choosing to act like the season's gonna happen. So I'm getting excited about free agency and all kinds of stuff in the draft. And we made a lot of moves. The Raiders did. Got a lot of good players.
Yeah.
If there's a season, we're going to be decent.
If there's football, we're going to do some football.
we're going to play some footballs.
There might not be, but if there is, you better watch out.
I'm betting you there's not going to be a season because we got so many good players this time. Like, I think our team is actually pretty good.
Oh,
And now there won't be a season
Gotcha.
just to piss me off more. Be like, oh, cool. Hey, all those players we signed, yeah, they retired before the season started.
there's
again.
a curious question. Do you think if it continues on past at the beginning of the season they have to keep the stadiums closed. Do they still pay all their players?
They kind of have
you would
to.
expect them to, but
I don't think they have to. I think that would be up to the owners.
We might find out who's the shitty owners or not.
Yeah, that might be up to the owners. I don't know how that all works. Because, if you don't play, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
You don't get a game check. So I don't know how that would work. I don't know. That's a good question. Also, I don't know how the contracts would work. Like, if you signed this guy to a 1-year deal and then you don't have a season, does it count for the next season, or is that deal over and he can go somewhere else?
I guess you'd have to look at the contracts. It's like for 1 year played or for the 2020 season.
I think that's how it's in there. I don't know. It's fucking crazy, this whole thing. I just want sports.
Like, can you just sports me harder?
Like, not to be insensitive, though, but wouldn't most of the players, like, you think they'd be okay for a year if they didn't have their contract money? You got
to think a lot of people get a little frivolous with their spending.
Yeah,
especially when they make a shitload of money.
I definitely wouldn't say most of them would be okay, because the guys we hear about, when people are always like, oh, football players make too much money, you're hearing about like 4 people.
Yeah.
You're hearing about Brady that's making $30 million or whatever.
But I mean, there's a lot of guys out there, even at the low end, they make like $150,000 a year, $200,000 a year.
But like, those aren't guaranteed contracts, though.
Yeah.
So if you're like on a $150,000 contract and then you don't make that, if you only get your guaranteed part of it, which is like, just say 60,000, then like, what do you get at the end of the year? You know what I mean?
Right.
If you don't get to play and you don't get because a lot of these guys make money on bonuses.
Like, is there a game bonus? Like, if you win?
Right.
No, it's like incentives. So like, if you're a wide receiver, you get bonuses based on how many catches you had in a season, how many yards, how many touchdowns. So if you hit, like, say your goal was like 50 catches, then you get an extra $50,000 or whatever it is.
That's cool.
So is it kind of like
that's how a lot of these guys make money?
It's like you paid this much, but you can make this much more.
Yes, it's like a quest.
A quest. I get it now.
There you go. Yeah, it's a quest to get 50 catches. Once you get 50 catches, you get 100 gold. Does that
neat?
Does that make it easier for you? God damn it! But yeah, football. Hey, it's not happening.
I mean, we don't know that yet, and honestly, I mean, coronavirus knew it was going to come up.
I mean, we've been like pseudo talking about it the whole time.
I mean, there's nothing else. happening.
It's pretty much everything. But
this is self-isolation. The only thing people have to talk about is coronavirus. Might as well just go for it.
Yeah.
Might as well just embrace it. Okay, what are your guys' predictions? We'll have predictions now for when we start to go back to normal.
Oh God, I don't even have an idea.
Not like completely we're back at normal, but start to go back to normal.
I don't think we get worse, but it always gets worse before it gets better.
Yeah. What is rock bottom, though? If we were to try to use that kind of
as
sentiment.
far as like numbers of people dying,
I don't want to put a number on it like that. Just like what?
Because that's sad.
Well, I mean,
I'm sad again. I was not sad, and now I'm sad.
Everyone, you're talking about flattening the curve and whatnot, and
which we haven't even begun to do.
No,
ours is like this.
I know.
Not really.
We're just
ours is steep as fuck.
But
ours just shot up. It's erect.
It's
erect.
So hard.
It's erect.
That's a big curve you got there.
Oh boy,
that's a real big curve you got there, America.
So what are your predictions, Cody?
What
for when things start to go back to normal? Not even completely normal, but we start.
Idea. I think
you got to make a prediction.
Well, everybody at the beginning of this, everybody was like, "Oh, 2 weeks. We got to stay in the house for 2 weeks." It's going to be like 6 months, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe, God, probably more. I would say like 6 to 8 months before things start to get to where we start to feel a little more normal.
Can you imagine if anyone starts to actually perpetuate that kind of information, the amount of panic that would arise from the general public?
Well, I mean, the CDC has already said you can expect this to go until possibly even I think I heard August.
Sure, but at least as far as the federal mandates are concerned, like they're only thinking it's going to be, another month.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I don't think the lockdowns will last that long.
No.
I just think, when the lockdowns end, we're not going to feel normal right away.
Right.
And we're going to feel the hit on the economy for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, economy-wise, we're not going to be normal for years. But as far as us every day feeling normal, I don't know.
I'm kind of hoping this is like a hurricane situation where the economy bounces back really fast. It just takes a big dip while it's going on.
I just don't see how
that makes
will.
sense.
This is more than a hurricane. It affects a much larger group of people.
Yeah, like the world.
Yeah, hurricane is very targeted, whereas this is just so broad. It's
everywhere.
Already, like you're seeing unemployment numbers at 3 million, and you're seeing, and a lot of these people aren't going to get their jobs back.
Yeah, that was the hardest part. I heard so many people that were losing their jobs, and then they're like, oh yeah, I'm just released.
Yeah, because the company's not going to bring them back right away because they're not going to be back to normal either.
Yep.
And it's just...
Or at all, period.
I'm so sad.
Yeah, I can imagine that a lot of companies are... there might be some companies out there that legitimately go under because of this.
Yeah. Oh,
I kind of think GameStop's done. I kind of think GameStop's finally...
They were already... Done. Yeah, but they were... It was kind of like the last
They were
straw.
dying, weren't they?
Yeah, they were super dying.
Yeah,
but didn't they just get bought by somebody before this happened?
Yeah, well, I don't know if that happened.
I think so. I thought somebody bought them.
But that's the same thing that happened to Hollywood Video, though. They got bought out just before they died because they were thinking that they were going to save it, but nothing was going to save it.
I think this will definitely.
You know what? Hold on. You know what Hollywood Video fucking did to me after they closed?
Did
they charge you a late fee?
They sued me.
How much?
Fucking stupid.
How much did you owe?
$5.
I was going to say like $2.95 or something.
Straight up had a court order sent to my house.
That's amazing.
For $5.
That is fantastic.
I guarantee you that court never in a million years would have accepted that case. They were just like, this is not worth my time. Don't even get me started unless it's like $400 or $500.
I owed
That's
the
small
other
claims
people.
court, and it's never going to happen.
I owed the other people money. The other video rental that was out here not too long ago.
What was it? Starlight?
Starlight.
Yeah.
When they closed, I owed them like $2 in late fees.
What a douche.
I know. That's why they
Did
closed.
they sue you?
They closed because I didn't give them my $2.
See, if you could have kept them open
Give
with
me
your
my
$2.
$2. Such a dick.
Okay, Aaron,
A dick.
what is your prediction?
Me? Man, I don't know.
Yeah.
The thing is...
That's the only... Just so you know, that's right.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're going to be right. Nobody knows.
I don't know. My only thing is I just fear that because not enough people are taking this serious as they should, that we're going to have the same thing happen now that happened with the Spanish flu, where everyone's like, okay, we're all okay now. Let's go party and hang out together. And then a new huge wave just comes out all at once, because now
I can see that
so many people are already infected, right? And a lot of people don't even know that they're infected. And right now everyone's quarantined, so it's okay. It's not great because people are still going out, but it's better. It's more contained than it would have been. But then if we go back to just normality and everyone's just like, oh, okay, well, let's go hang out and party and have some, post... Because that's going to be the first thing is the post-coronavirus parties and shit. And everyone's going out and hanging out.
The post-quarantine parties.
Yep. And everyone's going to be like, I missed having sex and doing stupid shit. And it's just going to spread like wildfire, and it's going to be crazy. Yeah. And it's going to be like, oh, shit, that was a bad idea. Because now suddenly we went from having, isolated cases throughout the country to like, oh well, now fucking 30% of the country is infected, and we're kind of not in great shape right now. And that's the other thing, is like we have all these numbers from everything that's going on right now, and they're so highly skewed. They're like, oh yeah, this many people are infected, but barely anyone can actually get tested.
Oh yeah,
almost no one can.
I think the CDC said that the real number is probably 10 times
at least
what we're getting, because we're not testing people.
Right.
So it's got to be, we're sitting at, just in the country, we're at 175,000 cases right now.
And that's other people who can actually get tested. If you figure that's got to be
5 to 10 times more than that.
At least.
What the fuck?
Because you got to think...
Sorry, I know that was very articulate, but I don't know what else to say.
The term exponential growth comes to mind.
it's scary.
Absolutely. And the thing is you got to also understand, like, it's not like people are just being dicks about it. You know, they're like, oh, yeah, we're not going to test you. You don't feel that bad. And
They just don't have the
we don't have the
tests.
test.
we just don't have the test. Those tests are expensive because they're brand new. They just created them because they're like, oh shit, we have a thing we need to test for.
Yeah.
And there's only so many of them to go around. They're trying to produce them as fast as they can, but they got to stick to the people who are actually really, really affected. Make sure they know exactly what they're trying to test for,
Well, and
and then
actually,
actually get
because
it taken care of.
the first round of tests that we had,
Well, they took like
as
a
far
year
as
and
I
a half
know,
to get results.
they were faulty.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
good.
great.
Well,
So
okay, and
that's why initial testing took so long, as we were like, oh, gotta make new
so
ones.
there's another thing I've noticed that's happening too. So I talked to somebody that got tested for it and didn't have it. So he was acting like he's fine. He's like, I don't have to worry because I don't have it.
Oh,
Like, you can still get it, even if you didn't test positive for it yesterday.
No,
you can get it
Cody.
today, fuckface.
That's
No,
not
you're
how it works.
Stupid,
No,
Cody.
it doesn't work.
If you don't get it, then and you're tested, you're good.
Yeah, he was like, I got tested already. I don't have to worry anymore. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You can get it.
Cody, listen.
What,
I'm
the
a
virus
nurse.
just goes, oh, he got tested, don't get that guy. What the fuck?
Yeah, the virus knows. It's just
Yeah.
like, that guy's immune now.
It's not-
All viruses
He
are
had a
polite.
cotton swab
They're so polite. Oh,
shoved
he's
up
been
his
tested. I better not
nose,
infect
so he's
him.
immune now.
It's not a vaccine, dude. It's a test. You're. Are people really this dumb?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's pretty obvious.
It's just,
Let me
believe
point
it.
you
I
to
know.
the sipping water cure that we talked
Oh,
about
the
last
hot
time.
water
And then-
thing. Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
hearing that too.
God,
Fucking eat soup, they said, and you'll be fine.
It's been so perpetuated.
Which we
so
already
Every
know
15
soup
minutes.
sucks.
Just drink your hot water every 15 minutes
Take a sip.
and you'll be fine.
And so many people, I hate that so many people believe it. And the thing is it because the original thing we heard, did we all hear the British lady who's the one who's actually like giving this announcement?
Oh, yeah.
And
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Because I got
There's a
that
British
too.
lady?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
this British lady reading this statement about like how China's got it figured out now and all this bullshit, and it was in there. The hot water thing was in there.
It's
Why
like
is everybody
small
trusting
sips of
anything that
water.
China says?
Oh god, did you hear that report? I don't know how true this is because there's a lot of shit out there and you don't know how true anything is.
Crazy amount. Yeah, they were talking about like, oh, okay, now there's a report out there. I'm not going to circumvent you. Go. I'll remember mine.
Well, there was this. It was about Wuhan. How Wuhan said that they had like 2,500 deaths, I guess. And then there was reports coming from like the residents in Wuhan that said the numbers have to be greater than that because their funeral homes have been like working around the clock and they've been handing out urns to people of the cremated,
Right.
and they said they're handing out like 5,000 a day. And so people are saying like the numbers could be closer to like 40,000
Wow.
dead, and China's lying about it. I don't know how true that is because there's a lot of
Honestly,
misinformation.
dude,
But I wouldn't put it past them to lie about
Right.
some shit.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I mean, that's
not-
part of the reason that this virus got so bad in the first place is because they lied.
yeah, because it started in November. Didn't they have
It was
cases
like,
in November?
yeah, it was November, somewhere in there.
Actually, I just read something. It might have been the first cases might have been even earlier than that.
Well, fuck. And I know they just lied and covered it up. And I know other countries are doing the same shit, like saying, oh, no, we're fine here. I don't know why you guys can't get it under
What's
control.
wrong with you
Like,
guys?
yeah, we're okay.
We're fine, everybody.
We're all fine.
It's just, and I don't
We're
know
just-
how true that story is, but if there's any truth to that, that's fucking scary.
Yeah, no, it is definitely.
And it's
Listen,
just,
you guys are all idiots. You guys haven't been sipping water.
we all have our hot water, so
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
Right? Yeah, of course.
It's just, I don't know. It's scary and it's like sad too. Like if you're lying about why are you lying? What is the benefit? You're
mean,
trying to look better.
Yeah.
It's all image.
Okay, but
with them, they're very proud.
What's your image going to be when everybody's fucking dead? Just help us get this thing under fucking control. Don't lie about it.
Everyone assumes that we're eventually going to come out on the other side of this, and they want to make sure that they're, they still seem like a global superpower at the end of it, because that's important, of course.
I've also heard that
they
the
had
hot
some
weather is
semblance of
going to kill the
control.
virus.
What?
And that's not true.
Why?
And Trump said it.
Not that it's going to kill the virus. It's just that it's.
Well, it spreads less in warmer weather. I read what the Dr. Fauci said of the CDC.
Uh-huh.
He said it just spreads less, so the infection rate could go down. But Trump said that the hot weather would kill the virus. And I've got people talking to me
what Trump
believing
said
that.
is dumb.
It's just, there's so much misinformation, and people are just believing everything they see, and it's like, I don't know.
But that's why the flu's seasonal is warmer weather. It has a harder time in. So,
but also
it
this
doesn't
isn't
kill
the
the
flu,
virus.
Like this thing is proven to be
No.
much more contagious.
but it's of the same class, so they're hoping that it behaves the same.
Well, yeah, it'll probably slow the spread, but not when people are out fucking sucking each other's buttholes and fucking
and licking toilets.
yeah,
and
like
stuff.
it's. I don't know. Go ahead, Aaron. Sorry, we should see. I wanted to stay away from this because now I'm all miserable and shitty. I just want to
Now
go.
angry Cody's coming
I
out.
just want to go home and like lay in my bed and not think about.
Nah, it's
cry.
okay. We'll play some games after this.
I
We'll
don't
feel
even
better.
feel like it anymore.
Nah, you will. You're going to play on the awesome setup and you're going
sad
to do
now.
awesome. We're all going to do
Sad.
awesome.
What was your thing that's going to
You'll
make
get
me
to hear
sad?
me giggle when I
yeah,
shoot
it's
people
definitely
in the
going to make
head.
you sad.
It's going to
'cause-
make me sad.
Yeah,
Go
well,
ahead.
now
Is
there's
it-
like this thing perpetuating around that, like, oh, there's because okay, so I'm gonna preface this actually.
I'm already sad.
The preface.
The journal Nature released an article that there were two strains of coronavirus that merged, and that's how we got this new thing.
Yeah.
And that's
They're merging.
and that's how we got this weirdly infectious pandemic level virus going across our countries. Now, what people have now, because they heard, oh, there's two strains, now it's been perpetuated that they're like, oh yeah, there's it was Wuhan, as a matter of fact. They're like, oh yeah, Wuhan laboratories, like they had the genetically engineered versions. Like there's like an industrial grade one, like a residential grade, and then there's like a military grade version. And now they're all like, oh, it's the new military grade version's getting around, and that's what they're actually worried about. And I'm like, well, no. Because the whole article that all of this is based off of was that they actually tracked down the whole evolution of the virus in the first place and figured out, oh yeah, this is how it happened. This is where it came from.
Yeah.
And we go, now we know. And they're like, well, they could have engineered it to be that way. Fuck you.
Yeah, didn't they actually trace it to bats?
Yeah, no, we know exactly where
was
it came
in
from.
Bats, right?
It actually did come from bats.
Dude
Is
ate a
that
bat.
the thing?
Like, that's not a lie.
Bat soup.
And did you hear that they're
so
opening
they
those
know where
fucking markets
patient
back
zero
up?
is?
Oh, that
No,
was
they're
dumb.
not.
Yeah, I read a story. Again, I don't know how true any of this is.
Yeah, right.
But they said China is opening those fucking markets back up, and they're still serving the same shit. So
Nice.
they're scared that there's going to be another outbreak. That's
Wouldn't
just
you
as
like
bad.
burn those places to the ground after this was all over?
I don't know, man. I hate life.
I mean, however, though, it feels like I'm a little bit insensitive on the subject because on top of that, people do make a lot of their livelihood in those kind of markets. But
do something
there's
else.
got to be some. There's got to be some sort of regulation.
It really isn't just a matter of just do something else, because sometimes this
Just
is.
don't serve bat.
I mean, you could just legitimately not serve
Yeah.
bat, but what if like that's their specialty?
Oh,
You're like,
come on.
bat soup
People
was my thing.
adapt. There used to be a job that was
Yeah,
the
like-
fucking board operator people that would
The switchboard
switchboard
operators.
operators. We don't do that anymore, but hey, people have jobs. Like we figure shit
But what
out.
about
Don't serve
the
bat.
people whose father's father have a secret bat recipe that like
Fuck
everybody
that.
in Wuhan
Use
loves,
the
and
recipe
whenever
and
they-
use chicken.
But Cody, have you ever had bat soup?
I will never, never. You could tell me it's the most delicious fucking shit in the world. No.
You know what's the sad
Why
part?
eat a bat? They're also really cute.
They are cute, and
They are
on
really
top of that, it's probably not good.
No.
Just like I'd imagine anything to do with cats is probably not great.
You look at a bat, you think that's tasty? No.
I mean, and how many bats do you have to kill just to get one bowl of soup?
42.
Just like,
So many bats to get one bowl of soup.
Right.
Like, there's no meat on those things.
I know. That seems like really...
I'm telling you, anything with a cute face, you don't eat.
Yeah. Luckily, cows are not cute.
They're not cute at all.
I eat cows.
Yeah.
And I'm very
what I'm
glad
saying.
to
They're
know
not
that
cute.
chickens are fucking assholes.
Yeah,
So,
because they're kind of cute,
yeah.
but they're dickholes,
Yeah.
so, you can eat them.
They're dickholes.
Yeah.
They are. They're fucking assholes.
That takes away their cuteness.
All of it.
Yeah. So, I just don't, I don't get the engineered fucking thing.
Just people want to latch
do
on
we-
to some kind of information like that, and they just assume that it's. I guess it's fun to like, oh yeah, I believe
guess.
something that people, I was like, oh yeah, it's within the inside. I
It
have
makes
this
them feel
inside
special, right? Yeah.
Do you think it also could be like a control thing? Like if this was truly just a random event that could really fuck with humans that bad, it scares people more than if
Yeah.
we made it.
That's a good point. Yeah. I actually didn't think about that, but that is a good point because I guess it's scarier to think that things can just happen to you
Yeah.
than it is to think that bad people are doing bad things because we
Yeah.
can handle that.
Yeah.
But the world is just kind of bitch slapping us right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, that's kind of what I
That's
think
a good
it is.
point.
Is just
Yeah.
people can't grasp that something be completely beyond the entire world's control can happen.
Right. And then there's, of course, all the people that are like, oh, this is God's thinning the herd. I'm like, oh, yeah. Old Testament stuff. Cool.
I don't think God wanted you to eat bats. He wouldn't have made them so cute.
That's the punishment. You ate bats. This is what happens when you eat bats.
Yeah, don't eat. Why? I just don't get it. Who has a thought
It's like
in their head
eating a
that
kitty. Who
I'm
eats
gonna
a
eat-
kitty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, I mean,
You don't do that.
Do they not have
You don't
access
eat
to
Ricky.
chicken
or bison.
or bison or anything that's not a bat?
Right.
Or ground turkey?
Like, yeah.
It still
man,
makes me
getting
feel
hungry.
really bad because like every time that I go to Walmart, I look over at the meat section. There's ground turkey. I'm like, Cody and Aaron would be so happy.
Oh no, we're good now.
Yeah. No. It's,
Oh, is it back?
It's back.
I haven't been to Walmart in like a week, but last time I was there, I got ground turkey and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was stuff there.
I actually got toilet paper yesterday.
Yeah, there was toilet paper when I went there too. Everything
Yeah.
seems to be kind of going back to normal.
Yeah.
as far as the store goes.
Just because they've gotten smart about it and gone like, you only get one.
They are
because
limiting.
fuck you.
Yeah, well, and the hoarders already bought all their shit.
And they're probably, most of those people are the people who are on welfare anyway, and they're out of money. The only thing I'm
Right.
worried about is in like 3 more days,
Oh,
the 3rd,
Yeah.
when people get all their Social Security checks again,
Yeah.
they're going to come in and start fucking going
yeah,
for
but
it.
they're limiting it now.
They are.
And the hours have helped.
Yeah,
They've
the
shown
hours
the
helped
hours.
a lot.
So-
I worry that family's going to come in, the kid's going to come in
Yeah.
and buy something, and then the dad's going to
Oh
come in.
yeah,
and
well
the
you know
mom's
they're
gonna
like
come in.
buying shit, going back and buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whatever. At least people I've noticed, like everybody I know has been able to actually get shit now.
Yeah,
Because there for a while we didn't have any fucking food.
yeah.
I'm still under the very firm opinion that most of these people are letting it go to waste anyway because most of them can't cook, so they just go to fast food after buying all this food.
Well, we've been busy as fuck.
Yeah.
So
right? Like, yeah.
I thought there was a point coming, and it
I
just
thought
goes.
so too. Right?
No, there's
I love
just
that.
so much on my screen. I didn't like it, but no, like I wanted a Beyond Burger when I was at work the other day because I left without my lunch, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get a Beyond Burger. I went to Carl's and turned around because
Busy.
the
Oh,
line
yeah.
was around the building, out the
Yep.
parking lot,
Sure.
down the street. I was like, nobody
Into
can
the
feed
next
themselves.
state
Okay.
over.
Well, you also, not only are more people probably going to fast food, but no one can go inside, right? So that's going to create a lot more of a stock up.
We get overwhelmed too, because like it's just nonstop in the goddamn drive-through, and like big orders. Like this one dude ordered $103 worth of food, and it was not just that guy. The drive-through was full, so
Right.
it was just And people are getting pissed at us that it's taking so long. What the fuck do you expect?
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
3 people in here trying to make your $103 order. Like,
Right.
fuck. Yeah, I'm ready for normal. I
think
want normal so bad.
I mean, that's fair. Everyone wants normal.
It just pisses me off because the reason this is going to take longer. The longer that people resist it, you know what I mean. Just do it. Just don't go out. don't lick toilet seats. Stop eating bats. We'll go back to normal.
Right.
We'll get a handle on this thing. Give them time to get a fucking vaccine done.
Wash your
I
hands.
love how
Wash your
people are
hands.
assuming that they're just going to have a vaccine like now.
I know.
Oh, God. That's not going to be until, like, they're saying the earliest is, like, February?
Yeah, next year.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and that's
That's what
incredibly fast for
They've
developing an
expedited it a
effective
lot.
vaccine.
We already have one vaccine in human testing, which
Well,
is like
which is insane.
crazy.
We
fast.
already had a vaccine before this one in testing, too, but it failed.
Yeah.
Well, it got mixed results, which means it didn't work. So, and they just approved, I guess they're using that anti-malaria drug now to treat it because it's showing
yeah.
some effectiveness.
Yeah, I don't think it's being particularly effective.
Well, it's
though. I
not
saw
like a
that
cure,
also.
but it is helping, I guess.
Which, please don't go eat fish cleaner. That's not the
don't.
cure.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Don't cure. Was it?
That was so funny.
I died.
I know, but for you to be that dumb,
I mean,
I'm
but
sorry.
He did it out of fear.
I really
Did he
am.
actually?
Fuck you. God, you're so mean.
I'm sorry, but there's no world where anything that's a cleaner, if it says it's going to clean something, it's probably going to kill you.
Yeah, no,
That's-
you're right.
That's
but
common
still,
sense, okay? I don't care what it is. If it's supposed to clean something, you're not supposed to ingest it.
No, you're
and
right.
I almost guarantee that it says, do not ingest on
It
the
does.
fucking
They
bottle.
Oh, I'm
showed the
sure,
package.
100%.
Yeah, I saw
100%.
pictures of the package
like,
that he took.
Why
Yeah.
do we even write that on there? Like, what's the point? Like,
I think it said like not for human consumption or something like that.
that's pretty obvious.
yeah, but it's just people are scared, man.
Imagine being so afraid of dying that you kill yourself.
Like,
Yeah.
that really sucks.
Like
Also,
the
people
fucking-
take Trump's word a little bit too seriously
Don't
sometimes.
listen to Trump. Listen to the doctors because Trump says a
Okay,
bunch of shit, and then Fauci comes out and
listen
says
here.
opposite shit.
I'm not blaming
That
Trump
was
for
not
anything.
Trump's fault
I'm
for
not.
that
I'm not
No,
blaming
it's not
him at
his
all.
fault.
I'm not blaming him at all. I don't care about that whatsoever. It's just a matter of this guy heard this word from Trump and
Yeah.
took it for the word of God.
Yeah.
And then went and found that word somewhere else and then just took it into his
Right.
body. That was a
was
bad
gonna say-
decision.
Who finds the same chemical name in something and goes, well, if I eat this?
It's just a
It's got
pure
some of that
desperation
in
Yeah,
there.
because a lot of people did say it like, "Oh my God, Trump is killing people." Like, no, Trump. It's not his fault. You shouldn't be listening to him on medical advice, anyways. Like,
Well, and I'm sorry, but if you're like, because what was it? Hydrochloroquine was what it was?
yeah,
I think so.
Something
And
like
but if you find that same chemical name in fish cleaner, because I guarantee that it is not pure hydrochloroquine, and then on top of that, it's not going to
no,
give
it was
you
like
concentration
chloroquine phosphate
amounts
or something. I forget.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
You're finding one name that's kind of similar, and then on top of that, there's like 60 other chemicals in there. Like,
Yeah,
Really?
it's just listen to the CDC and the doctors and stuff, and
And if it says
go to a doctor. Don't
and if the
treat yourself.
bottle says don't drink it, maybe
Don't drink it.
Don't drink it.
and that
why
doesn't
are we
mean
treating
shove it up your ass
ourselves
in a attempt to try to not drink it. That's not being smart. Don't shove it up your ass. First.
Oh, and if you feel any symptoms for this kind of stuff, don't take
Stay home.
ibuprofen.
Oh yeah, ibuprofen's making it worse.
That's actually
Is that an actual thing? I've heard
It
that.
is.
Yeah.
I read into it and I wanted to make sure, and it is. In fact, a lot of the cases where people got really severe symptoms really fast and died, it was because
ibuprofen.
they took a lot of ibuprofen.
They're saying take acetaminophen.
It's acetaminophen and
Yeah.
Tylenol.
It's Tylenol.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So
That's just the chemical name for Tylenol. Is all it is.
fancy.
Right. But yeah, it's
But-
that's legitimate
So
science
is it
now.
NSAIDs?
What?
Because is it NSAIDs? Because then like aspirin and naproxen would also not be safe.
Buddy, you're the only one who's close to a doctor here.
Yeah, you're a doctor. You tell us.
So basically, what it is the group
He's
of
gonna tell us.
medicines like ibuprofen is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory devices known as NSAIDs, and they all act pretty damn similar. Like aspirin's pretty close to ibuprofen's pretty close to naproxen. Like
Well, I know they said take Tylenol.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to get people to stay away from all the
they're
other
trying to
stuff.
stay away from. So here's the message: stay away from NSAIDs because we don't know, and
Just
why
take
chance?
Tylenol. Yeah.
Yeah, Tylenol works. Other than for people with me that have fucking liver damage, neat.
Well, and also go to doctors.
Yeah.
Like, don't treat yourself. If you have symptoms and shit, you can get tested if you have severe
Actually,
symptoms.
Well, if you have severe symptoms, but if you have mild symptoms, they're actually just encouraging you to stay home and self-isolate.
Well, yeah,
because going
but
to the doctor,
I mean, the people
you can
that
spread
are
shit
like
around.
dying.
Yeah, if you're
don't take
dying, go
fish
to the
cleaner.
doctor.
Don't die.
Yeah,
Don't eat some fish cleaner.
bad for you.
And I guess don't eat ibuprofen. Who knew?
well, doctors apparently.
Go figure.
Yeah, it's fun times.
Which
we
is a
live in.
shame. I really like aspirin and ibuprofen over
I
Tylenol.
love
really.
ibuprofen. I take it all
No,
day.
like as far as effectiveness and how much damage it causes, like it's a way better drug. It's just a shame
Well,
that it wouldn't.
Too bad. Coronavirus hates it.
Not in this case.
Well,
Or
likes it a
technically
lot.
likes it.
Yeah, you're right. Likes it a lot.
Yeah.
No, I'm like honestly, for anything, I would almost recommend ibuprofen over Tylenol.
Can we end on like a happy note? Does anybody have something happy to say?
I did a thing
He
in
pooped.
World of Warcraft.
Yay! Woo! What did you did?
So, Aaron, do you guys remember what lasso was in Halo?
No. I think I
Okay, it's
remember the term.
legendary all skulls on.
Oh, that. Oh, fucking horrible. Just really quick side note. I remember trying to do that, and I took a bingo dotter and dotted where the
Yeah.
he did it too.
I did.
Because it would get rid of your HUD on there, including your reticle. And so you'd have no way of knowing where you're shooting. So you go up there, put little dots, so you at least have a reticle.
Yeah. That's funny.
God, it was so
cheating.
hard. It was cheating, but fuck it.
Yeah, the lasso was stupid. Okay, so in World of Warcraft, there's something called horrific visions, which are like a solo instance or a group instance. So it's like a little mini dungeon.
Right.
And you can run it for some currency, but you can also turn masks on, which are like the skulls.
Not complete rip-off, but yeah.
Actually, yeah. I mean, I'm sure that's where they got the idea. But anyway, I was the first in my guild to do it by myself with all the masks on in both of the instances. I am amazing. Look at me.
Good job, buddy.
My penis is so huge.
And on that
You have
note,
no idea.
That's a good way to,
Jesus.
let's go ahead. I like that.
But you know what? It's not as big as Bernie Sanders' penis.
This is true. Huge dong.
Bernie Sanders,
Biggest.
huge dong.
Biggest.
He can't get the coronavirus because his dong is too big.
He slaps it
the
away
virus dies
with his dong.
when it comes around. Bernie Sanders, everybody. Our boy.
Are you going to say bye-bye?
no, yeah, I am. I was just waiting. I was see how far we were going to take
No,
this
he'll keep going. You can't wait for him.
long dong.
Yeah, you
McGrong.
can't. Long dong Sanders. Feel the burn.
Thank you for watching this. If you like this video, please like this video. Rate 5 stars.
Why would you?
Check out all those show notes and shit, with all the stuffs and whatnot.
Oh.
Wait, one more thing.
Okay.
One more thing.
Yep.
Thank you everybody for 200 subscribers. Aaron and Cody are happy.
Yay.
Has anybody rated
Yay.
5 stars yet?
No.
Okay, that's the next milestone.
Nobody's
100
rated
years.
anything. We got no reviews. We got no
five-
ratings.
Rate 5 stars.
Do it. They're listening. People are listening.
Yeah.
We're getting downloads.
100 years.
But nobody's doing it. It doesn't take long. Okay, now I'm going to be
Subscribe
pissed.
for Bernie Sanders.
It's not hard. I do it for podcasts I like. You go on, you click a button, you click the star, the 5 stars, not the 1 star, the 5 stars, and then you leave a comment. It can be poop. You can say poop,
You click
and
a
that's
star.
it. But it counts as a comment.
So all your comments need to be poop now.
Poop. I don't care. It counts as a comment, and then it bumps us up in the little thing, so when people are looking for podcasts, we'll be up there. Fucking
And I'll
do
also
it.
release a video like with me actually. I have a video
With
for
him
me
pooping.
actually being happy that I got 200 subscribers. It's not just like, oh, thank you, bye.
Cool.
Because Bernie Sanders would show us.
End it, Aaron.
We already
Do
did
it.
this.
Do it. Yeah, I told you. He'll keep
bye.
going. Bye-bye.
I already did the stuff.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. He did.